Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Nier Replicant. So, in the last episode, we had to fight our way through this maze of a city with weird people who speak kind of Japanese, weird masks. We managed to talk to the new king, or the prince, to rescue him. Turns out, the king who had the disease before just died, so the same disease that us. And we're none the wiser, basically. So now we're gonna go back to the village and talk to you. Give it bad news, I guess. But first, I think I got a new weapon. Oh, this looks very weird. And very fast. I don't like it much, but I'm gonna try. Oh, and duels are back.
Get up.
Dip out of service. I'm just gonna run.
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh,
Those rules are important to the masked people.
you don't say.
I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Oh, yes, you are.
Hey, less talking, more walking.
That would be the motto of the game. Oh, what's that? Different flavors. What is that? Alright. First part of the simulation is done. Well, almost done. It would be so nice if the game could cut down on the walking parts.
Yona,
Oh, hey,
how are you feeling?
better, now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
I guess.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, Yona, I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
Oh great, so basically we're staying so she can sleep. At least she's not alone. I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glossy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him, 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 I can't. Okay. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S, and then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. Okay, it's a sealed verse. The thing I am looking for, the key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? Lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them, damn it. I can't make it out. I want to scream, I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this, I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I pass out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth. Very mysterious.
Just a dream. Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Oh, probably more than just a dream.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
Also a boy. I mean, from the description with the silver hair and the pale skin, it might be the protagonist, so...
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth.
Oh, coincidence? I think not.
But don't worry. I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona.
I'm ready to make that
Yep, stew. Yep. But not if I don't bring the ingredients. And I probably won't, so no stew.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Wait. We can bother her with our dreams. Then we're probably gonna go to the forest she just mentioned.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Oh, okay. Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice on the matter. Oh, I thought I was just like... I don't know, my brain was farting, but no, this letter is just very weird. Recently there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream, blah. Okay, I'm not gonna read the rest, it's just more dreams.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Oh, I agree.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, all right. Thank you.
Such a coincidence. So, don't come and fight it. Nope. I wanna check. Where's the world map? There's the world map. Well, there's not that much more to cover. There's like the spooky villa that we couldn't enter before. And that's basically it on this map. I wouldn't mind if the game becomes more linear afterwards, because this back and forth, I mean, it's like kinda open world as well, because you can just mount and do quests, but not in a nice way. So yeah, as usual, I'm just gonna run there as fast as I can.
Hey, it's a wild boar!
Have you the skill to hunt one of those down?
I don't know. They look pretty strong.
Just gotta keep running. Didn't take any damage. Even if I would get it, grab a tusk or something.
sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Little realism wouldn't hurt either. I feel like the tree's gonna be the next dungeon.
Beware, beware. The words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Gretty and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. Well, forever wouldn't be for very long if you were stuck in your dream. I mean, you would just, starve. Well, not even starve. I guess having water for like a couple of days would be way worse, but yeah. Wouldn't be a long time to die with that. The village mayor had determined the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Oh, yeah, this is really in my face, the text. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Gretty's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to what he had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Hetty and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations. Yep.
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose this word carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
Anger created by his harsh words spread over to Gretty like a contagion. Wait, did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? Mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. You must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming or something that dreams, or what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that had popped into his mind. He said. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Gretty's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said, those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Gretty. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about it. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stopped tracing lines across the lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, the grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around the pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Betty nodded in agreement. Wait a second. I did not. Look, if you can be of any help, said Betty, just ask. Now hold on. I did not just say that. Silence, cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Betty to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Your Weiss's face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he couldn't breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Gretty and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As Gretty slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Gretty's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor travel companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Betty to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Betty snapped. Okay, Weiss, climb it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Betty leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big, he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Gretty slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? Gretty could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as Gretty's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zri, zri, zri. Shuck, shuck, shuck. Chki, chki, chki. Woo, 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 ma, shik, shik, shik. Oh God. As the insect cacophony dimmed another decibel, really dimmed, okay, Gretty began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking questions. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? I guess. Secret, no. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, got the aside and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret, right? The sound of insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Gretty, like a rippling wave, opening a new path. The forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Gretty moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, said Gretty after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Gretty picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I entered through the window, but break no glass. Where night falls, I vanish. What am I? Probably light or something. Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Gretty grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. Even through the window. I entered through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, cried Gretty, awaking Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Gretty walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was clothed from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Gretty, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Gretty tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If you wish to engage with this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems you must answer this riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Gretty, but at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Legs in the morning. I guess when you fall out of bed. The man mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. Well, this was more like... Yeah, I don't know why it was a man. But it surely wasn't an angel or a devil. Well, with that the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Gretty. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry, what's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Scotty watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Betty and Rice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. "Good gravy," he cried. "You made it. You actually made it back." His left hand grasped Scotty's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Rice by the cover and swung him through the air. "Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool. We have not even told you if we were successful or not." The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. "I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again." Betty withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. "We broke the Death Dream seal," he said. "At least I think we did." The mayor's face beamed as Gretty filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Gretty cocked his head. "Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep?" "Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself." Gretty and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. "Have you forgotten?" continued Rice. "It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue." With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. "This is the first time," began the mayor, "the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here." His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Betty shook the mayor's shoulder gently. "Good news," he said. "I think we made it." "Oh wow," said the mayor in an awed voice. "We did. I'm back." He blinked once, then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. "You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream." The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Gretty and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. "Real life may take some getting used to," said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. "You shall relearn in short order, I am sure," said Rice. "For now, you should return to your home and rest." "No," said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them." The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. "This is a holy tree," he explained when the prayer was finished. "It's the guardian of our village, history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder," muttered Rice. "We should not put our faith in the gods." The mayor shook his head. "Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse." Kitty and Rice could not contain their surprise. It seemed the gold had been found in the most unexpected of places. "I say," muttered Rice, "this is certainly a stroke of luck." As the three of them said their goodbyes, Kitty mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. "I once saw a version of you that was not yourself," muttered the mayor. "What in the world does that mean?" Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. "No," he said softly, "this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too." Gretty tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Déjà vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the Death Dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Gretty gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words, and what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you too. I think I finally made it. So much reading.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
Oh, I agree.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Oh, we got a seal for Stark Execution. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes. Oh yeah.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Someone most certainly was.
Don't overthink advice.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre...
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no?
Oh yeah. Talked about that before. That was indeed very interesting. I guess they're still asleep.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
No. Maybe I will enter the dreams another time. I think we've done enough reading for now. I wonder if I should even go back. Last time I refused someone's help. It
So how was the
lady.
village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
What I was saying is, yeah, maybe she just tells
Get
us
out
to
of my
go
way!
back there.
I have to save Yona!
Yeah, I have to save Yona. We're in such a rush. Let's do the Dark Execution.
Down! You cannot prevail if you are blinded with rage.
Yes, that's a nice one. That's nice. Oops, it's also let's change the backpack. Then we're gonna see what Pokemon has to say. Yep, it's fully ignored once again. Just some of them. Oh, it's good to kill at least a few of them, so I can stock up on consumables. Okay, let's see what she has to say.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal?
Oh, more busy work, really?
The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things.
Oh, travel would be nice.
Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried. So maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
More running back and forth. I assume Seafront was the village next to the sea. Makes sense. So basically, more running around.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree. Having a ferry to get around would be very nice instead of having to run all the time. Yeah, that's for next time. Because as I was about to say, having one scene first an episode is totally fine. And also this was a very weird one. I mean, this long reading section with a couple of riddles. Yeah, I mean it wasn't too hard to get the riddles because there are like 3 options and 2 of them are probably bullshit or don't fit at all. So yeah, still interesting town. Definitely not what I expected, so at least there's that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.